This video is designed to help you start a food truck business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a food truck business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful food truck business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Do your research. Learn about your target market to figure out what it likes and doesn't like, and how you can reach it. Then determine what the competition looks like by researching other food trucks in the area. You might look into other restaurants too, if they're competing with you, for your target market. Write a business plan. Your business plan is the North Star for your food truck. Writing down your key goals and objectives, as well as the strategies you plan to use to get there, helps you stay focused when launching your new business, and for years after. Determine your costs and secure funding. For a food truck business, startup costs include a truck, cooking equipment, and custom truck wrapping, among other things. Most new business owners seek funding by taking out a business loan, and talking to investors. Obtain the licenses and permits needed. To operate your food truck, you need to acquire the necessary permits, and obey regulations at the city, state, and federal level. These span a few categories, such as food and restaurant safety, zoning, business permits, and licensing. Be sure to familiarize yourself with common business laws in your area, to prevent any legal delays. Purchase food truck equipment. Buying a truck and cooking essentials account for a major portion of your startup costs. To reduce your startup costs, you could rent a vehicle to test the waters. You could also consider buying a trailer. While it's less mobile, it's a less expensive way to start. Create a menu. Since you don't have a ton of space for food prep, your menu should feature just a few key items that can be prepared in tight quarters. You also want to ensure your items can either be prepped in advance, or cooked quickly, since customers will be standing and waiting outside of your truck while you cook. Invest in the right technology. To ensure a successful and seamless transaction for customers, invest in a secure payment system that is both fast and reliable. To prepare for rush hours, you want your payments processor to take customer payments quickly, so you can maximize sales. Many food truck owners seek additional technology to aid in reporting and operations. Square's POS system has inventory management and reporting capabilities that can help you run and grow your business. Establish a marketing plan. You want to make sure you have a crowd wherever and whenever you park your truck. Start with a truck design that captures attention on the street and speaks to your concept. Then create a marketing plan, and lay out a budget. Identify and create a food truck concept. Given the constraints of a food truck, menus are limited. This means that each item needs to be a winner. One of the ways to ensure an exciting menu is to settle on an easily defined concept. Food trucks often succeed or fail based on concept. Most successful food trucks choose concepts that are either very niche, a unique take on a common cuisine, or something completely new. In that last category, combinations of cuisines have proved popular. The whole food truck revolution began with Roy Choi's Kogi, which invented a new food, Korean tacos. So when you're trying to land on a concept, the first thing you need to do is brainstorm. What kind of food do you love? What do you specialize in? What can you easily produce in the constraints of a food truck? Once you have some concepts in mind, you need to test those concepts in the market. Start with the following. Analyze your target market. The biggest buyers of foods from food trucks are young adults, and parents with children at home. What else can you learn about food truck customers generally, as well as those in your area? You want to learn about everything from how often they're likely to eat out, and how they want to pay for food, to how they like to communicate with brands. You might even do some surveying, to see what types of food truck your target customers frequent, or what they think is missing at their local food truck rally. Study your competitors. Understanding your competition is key when you're defining your concept. Are people in your area dying for a specialized donut truck? Is the mobile Thai market oversaturated? In addition to understanding what food trucks you'll be going head-to-head with, you should research how much other food trucks charge for their items. You can also learn from their marketing strategies and other key wins and failures. Once you've done research and decided on your final concept, you're ready to write a business plan. Creating a business plan gives you a better understanding of how you want to operate. And the research and planning you put into this document helps you refine your concept even further. The next part of the video is not specific to a food truck business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the food truck business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful food truck business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice, may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive, based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling. Fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts, if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a food truck business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free food truck business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.